What it do, what it do, what it do. And we're back, man. We're back. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. Yes, sir. Yo, we finna go into the forest this time, man. We got 11 scary forest encounters caught by YouTubers. This should be interesting. Yeah, man. So I guess without further ado, you know what I'm talking about? I hope y'all got what y'all need, because I do. Without further ado, let's get a bustin'.
All of these YouTubers were brave enough to enter the forest, but after these encounters, none of them were able to stay for much longer. Number 11. A YouTuber named Bloodzack12 is investigating a forest that's supposedly haunted. He and his friends don't see anything for a long time until they come across some weird discarded opera mask laying on top of an old dirty clothes pile. A short distance away, they find another opera mask hanging up in the trees. They decide to take this one home and study it for clues. They are talking about what to do next when Bloodzack12 notices something hunched over in front of them. Someone dressed in all black looks up at them from the thickets and then gives a short chase. I have a hard time believing this video is real because of the movie-like sound effects and timing, but I guess it is possible. Let me know if you think they were genuinely being chased by some maniac lurking in the woods, or if the third person was just a friend. Number 10. A YouTuber named Ola Bible lives in the middle of the forest in Oregon, far away from civilization. So when he hears noises outside of his house late at night, he curiously pokes around his backyard with a camera to find the source. It isn't long before he comes across an object that looks out of place. It looks like it could just be a rock or something, but he's memorized this area well enough to know it's foreign in nature. He zooms in. Then he says something out loud to himself and draws unwanted attention. A thin humanoid creature cranes its impossibly long neck in his direction. Look closely and you'll even see a surprised expression on its face, almost as if it's been caught doing something secretive. I can't tell if it's feasting on an animal or maybe even burying something in the ground. He spins around and runs away before we get a chance to figure out what it's doing for sure. I guess the video could just be special effects, but I can't tell for certain. Maybe a follow-up video taken during the day would give us more conclusive evidence.
I mean, had he went back in the daylight.
Number 9. A YouTuber named High Gear and his friend are riding dirt bikes in the Russian woods when one of them almost gets their head taken clean off. His friend ducks just in time to avoid a steel cable that's been stretched tightly between two trees. The tripwire would have done some serious damage if he hadn't moved out of the way. They think it's a trap set by some psycho lurking in the forest. You can hear the anger and disgust in his voice as he talks about what they should do next. He even talks about hiding in the woods for a while and getting revenge on whoever returns to the spot. Ultimately, they decide to simply disarm the trap and take the wire cable with them. If this video is real, then whoever set this trap must still be out there
And they
waiting for
dead
their
dirty.
next chance. So I hope High Gear and his friends stay safe out there.
That dirty.
Number 8. Bryn is ready to take a hike through the infamous Aokigahara forest in Mount Fuji, Japan. It isn't long before he finds a dark and foreboding entrance. He's not very far inside when he comes across an abandoned bike. Laying on the seat is the open packaging for a kitchen knife. Sadly, it is clear that this person came here with one clear purpose. A short while later, he comes across a bag that is empty except for a note. He tries to read the Japanese writing and comes up short.
It says 1211. I can't quite make out. I think this is somebody's name just here. And I'm not sure what this means.
If you can read the message, then please share what it says with me so that we'll know once and for all. As soon as he's finished reading, a crow caws directly overhead.
Later.
I'm sure I can figure it out.
It's an ominous sign for sure, so Bryn decides to get out of there before anything bad happens. Number 7. A YouTuber named Sweet Dreams is shooting off Roman candles in celebration of the 4th of July when a
remember those previous videos when I was talking about this, about the guys shooting off the fireworks. They're gonna walk into that rape thing. So this is the actual story behind it. So here's another link chain that we've encountered here. So salute the chills.
shrill scream pierces the night air. They track the noise for well over a minute until it becomes louder and more distinct. At the end of a short journey, standing a very close distance away, they discover the shrieking source hunched over and alone.
What is that? Dude,
No,
what
bro.
is that?
No, bro. See?
He slowly
The
backs
glizzy.
away from the bent-over gray humanoid and then
Glizzy.
goes into an all-out run.
Or when I say I
The
throw an
creature
M80
gives
on his
chase
ass.
and Sweet Dreams turns around to find it swiping at him through the air. I can't tell if this is an actual humanoid or just one of their friends with makeup on, so I'll leave it up to
Bruh.
you to decide. All of the other videos on his channel are just him
But it
playing
looked like he
video games. Nothing else like this
the songs
one.
on them chests.
Number 6. A YouTuber
And when I
named
say
North
Rake's,
by Wild
Rake's
West
coming to
is
get you,
enjoying
bruh.
Christmas
He
with
was
the
on pursuit. He was
family
coming to get
when
that.
Suddenly, a low rumbling noise from the woods gets everyone's attention.
He was coming to get that.
The tree? Oh my god. Did you see that?
They
The
see
Yeti.
something dart behind the garage, and everyone rushes out of the door for a closer look. Soon they see the large dark outline of a large creature stomping
I know
off in
what
the
that is.
distance.
The Neanderthal.
No way.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
They
For
don't
sure.
see it again for a long time, but then it reappears along their property line for a bit longer before disappearing for good.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my god.
At first, I thought this video was probably fake because I did not hear any genuine fear in their voices. But then I realized they simply sounded uncertain of the
I mean,
situation
and then they're at a good
themselves,
distance,
which
so,
is
you know what I'm saying, they're not too
reasonable.
nervous
After
about it.
all, this could be a real forest creature or someone
No
in a
matter,
gorilla
they're
suit.
at a good
It could
distance.
even be a neighbor playing a prank on them for all they know. But I do think, given these possibilities, their lackluster reaction
Not
is
to mention, they
genuine.
right. I know that. I know they
Number 5.
scrap. They
A
scrap.
YouTuber named
So,
Gaurav
it
Zone
wouldn't have
is
made it that far.
examining a notoriously haunted road in New Delhi, India. They
I'm
idle
digging
their
that
car
coat.
and wait
I'm
in
digging that
darkness for a
coat.
while to see what happens next.
fine.
I was starting to think the video could be fake until I noticed one part in particular. What appears to be two yellowish eyes briefly stare at them before disappearing. I was thinking that this could just be a reflection of the car's brake lights, but if that was the case, then the light should be red, not yellow. I also don't know what would catch the light's reflection, since they are on a desolate road in the middle of nowhere. The strange eyes, if that's what they were, disappeared
what
and never
is it
returned,
reflecting off
not
of?
even when the cameraman zooms
Y'all
in
see
for
that?
a closer look. Number 4. Shawnee Explores takes a Ouija board into the forest and places it just outside of a haunted cottage where a man took the life of his spouse. It isn't long before his electromagnetic frequency reader starts going crazy, so he and his friends know they are in the right place and set up the board. Soon they are channeling the spirit of a small boy who only refers to himself by the initials SF. They ask the boy for his age and some other questions, but apparently it's only interested in trying to warn them about a hidden danger. RUN it spells, so they get out of there fast without properly ending the ceremony. When Shawnee Explores remembers that he needs to select goodbye or risk becoming possessed, he discovers that he can't move the pointer without an extreme amount of force. It's almost as if something is not letting him move. You can see the pointer barely moving despite Shawnee pressing very hard, but I guess he could be pressing straight down instead of forward to create this illusion. I think this video is probably real, but I can't tell for sure, so give me your best guess and let's figure it out together.
Like I told y'all, if you open it, you have to close it properly. If you don't, don't play.
Number 3. Will and Weston have been seeing a strange man walking around their house for a few days now, and they are determined to get it on camera so that people will finally believe them. This time, when it comes around again, the two split up and start recording.
What was that?
Weston captures the giant dark outline of a man and goes off running to find Will. They both seem more excited than scared, which is strange, but I guess that could be a normal reaction considering they have seen this person for days and have not been harmed. This could definitely be someone messing with them, but there's something about the overall pace of the video that seems real. Here's another picture that Will caught to further verify the story. Whoever it is, hopefully they stay in the woods and comes no closer to their home. Number 2. A YouTuber named Johnny Paranormal decides to also go into the infamous Aokihara forest. He boosts the sound of his microphone to capture every paranormal sound, and he is surprised at what he records. For example, tell me if you hear a demonic growl here, or a quick coughing noise here despite Johnny Paranormal being all alone, or a second person quietly whispering the word help.
How's this?
These creepy sounds continue to follow him throughout the entire video, which is roughly an hour and a half long. I think that's way more editing than most people would be willing to put into a fake video, so I think there's a strong possibility that this is real. What's especially concerning is this demonic noise that follows him wherever he goes.
It's saying my battery's going flat. Again.
If Johnny Paranormal really was surrounded by the supernatural, then I hope nothing followed him out of the forest. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying my narration. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. I recently released a music video for my song Sidelined, and I'd love to get your opinion on it. Tap the circle icon in the top right corner, then tap my music video to give it a watch. It's also linked in the description below. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person, so if you're generous enough to hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you. This way you'll be notified of the new videos I upload every Thursday and Saturday. Number 1. A YouTuber named Encounters26 is fishing late at night in Bishopville, Maryland, when he comes across something unnatural in the forest.
Do you see it where?
What is that, y'all? What is that?
Holy
A silent, hulking figure makes its way through the murky swampland, apparently trying to get away quickly without being noticed. Encounters 26 believes this to be some sort of lizard man creature, which would explain why the creature does not make any noise as it tries to escape the flashlight's glare. I was almost positive that this was just a person in a suit until it turns back to the camera. You can see some sort of sharp white scales coming out of its back, almost like a dinosaur, and its arms look way too skinny to be a person's.
Holy.
Reptilian.
You never know when something is lurking in the distance,
You
following your
understand me?
every move. And if you do notice, it's usually not
Listen
until
here.
it's already...
Listen here. Y'all better be careful out there, man. Because from what I understand about those things there, they eat people. So y'all might want to be careful out there in the woods. You understand me? And I don't really know what's gonna help you there. You know, I don't know if the bullets. I don't know. Don't know what's gonna help you there, if that was really in fact a reptilian or, you know what I mean, something of that nature. I don't really know what's gonna help you on that note, because we haven't encountered them. Well, we haven't encountered them on this timeline yet. So I don't know if I told you about that. Anyways, I hope y'all like the video and come back, man. We're gonna do it again and again and again and again. We're gonna keep looking and keep looking and keep looking. We might even look at this one. Matter of fact, you know what? We're gonna bring this one. Let's find out what this little thingy-mabobber is right here. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all have a good one. Head on the swivel.